What is good, everybody? It's BBKDRAGOON. Today we're talking about Warframe after a full year of playtime. It's weird to think that a year has gone by so darn quickly, but the point of this video and me making this is just, I want to share it with the players out there who've maybe never tried Warframe. And I want to share with the players who have tried Warframe, as well as you guys who are playing regularly. I know there's a lot of subscribers here who have subscribed specifically for the Warframe stuff in the last year. I'm super appreciative of you guys. It has been an amazing year, and I've met this new great community. And I think in sharing this story, if there's just one person watching this video who picks up Warframe and enjoys the experience, even if you're an experienced person who's coming back to the game, I think it'll be worth it. So let's deep dive into what a year ago looked like for me, because the Warframe adventure is not one that I think is without blemishes. Warframe is a flawed but incredible game. So right around this time last year, Destiny was pretty dry. We're coming into Destiny 2, and that was a big focus of my channel at that time. But since Destiny was so dry, I had been told for a long time by a small handful of subscribers, you need to check out Warframe. And for the longest time, I hadn't watched any of it. I didn't know what it was. I really scoffed kind of at the game just because my notions of a free-to-play title were not very positive. I always think free-to-play, and my mind immediately jumps to like Candy Crush and these sort of predatory practices, and I wasn't super excited to give Warframe a shot. I didn't watch any guides, I just downloaded it, I started playing, and I played for maybe 4 hours. And I just put the game down completely. This was last July. Played for 4 hours, got through the initial story experience, didn't know at all what was going on. I thought the art style was weird. The gameplay, yeah, it felt cool, but I had no idea what bullet jumping was. I had no idea any of the modding, the Foundry, how the actual like platinum versus in-game currency system works, like none of that. I went in and I felt like it was sort of this splotchy experience. And so I put the game down for almost 2-3 months, basically. And I came back and revisited Warframe in October. Destiny 2 was kind of a letdown for a lot of us, and you guys just kept hounding me in the comments, BBK, you need to check out some more Warframe, it's getting really good. And of course that October, Plains of Eidolon launched, which was like the big open world expansion for Warframe. And so I started watching guide videos, and I started deep diving Warframe, like really seriously, with the intent of, I want to learn it, I'm going to give it a fair shot. And what a difference it makes watching guides in this game. The new player experience, that is probably the biggest blemish on Warframe's record, is it just does not do a great job of fostering a player into the game, showing them that potential in a streamlined sort of way. You really have to rely on the wiki and other people's guides, and it's just not one of those experiences I think you can go in blind and sort of figure it out for yourself. Well, easily, I should say. And from there, the ball started rolling. October, I started playing a lot. November, I played a ton. December, I just loved the game, and we started creating the guide series because I wanted to try and help you guys from a very beginner standpoint get into the game. And that's kind of my hope always with the channel, is if I can help you in some way, either entertaining or through a guide thing, that's like always been sort of a goal of this channel. And through that, the community grew, the viewership grew, a lot of new people came from the Warframe community into the channel, and it was just awesome. And I've been playing the game on and off ever since. It's a phenomenal game. And what I will say with Warframe is the double-edged sword here, right? I said it's a flawed game, but it's also quite great. The flaw comes in the sense of so many new players pick up the game and put it down because most people are not going to go watch a guide. Most people are not going to go read a wiki. And a lot of people are not going to put much proactive effort into learning a game with, I wouldn't say complex systems, but maybe more ambiguous systems. Most people aren't going to put that kind of effort in, right? And so Warframe loses a lot of people, a lot of people at different points in the game because it just doesn't direct them super smoothly to the next step, the next thing that they should do. But that is the other side of the double-edged sword and part of the beauty of the game and why the community is so helpful, because there's a real sense of accomplishment if you grind yourself through Warframe and you learn the systems and you get through the star chart and you start modding effectively. There is this sense of pride because you have achieved this knowledge. It's almost like learning a course in school or something like that. And when you're 152 hours into Warframe, you really do sort of get to don this kind of sensei cap. And this is why Warframe players are so stinking helpful in the chat to others about different parts of the experience. Hey, disrupted mod farming. You're always going to find experienced players who are willing to help others in that sense. The Lua principal challenges, there are always people helping out less experienced players with those. And you just don't find that in other games. Finally, the last thing that I've really learned in a full year of playing this game is immense respect for Digital Extremes, the developers of Warframe. I told you coming into it, my respect for free-to-play games, or my perception, was just not very high. I've always thought of it as just a very predatory space in the way that they monetize players and treat them as just piggy banks. Warframe breaks that mold in the sense where you really can get hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of playtime out of this game without spending a single dollar. The fact that they let you trade for platinum just by playing the game is so darn cool. And a lot of times newer players come in, they're like, oh, it's super pay to win. No, you're paying not to play the game. If you are actually going in and spending platinum on frames and all sorts of gear, you are missing the core point of Warframe, which is to enjoy that experience, the pursuit, all of that, dude. And the fact that you literally can just go collect parts for the frames and sell them on Warframe.market it's super cool. And Digital Extremes cares about the community maybe more than almost any dev I've seen in this kind of space, in the looter-shooter kind of space. It's a really cool game, and one of those things that I think if you at all are on the fence and have interest about this game, or if you had interest about Warframe at one point and fell off, I just encourage you, man, get back in there. It is improving consistently. Check out the Warframe dev streams. They're not long. They're once a month. You can maybe earn some platinum or some cool Twitch drops while you're enjoying the stream. And then start watching guide videos, shameless self-promotion onto my video series, which I'll link here. But I also highly recommend iFlynn, who's like the freaking sensei master of all the guide stuff in the Warframe world. After a year, I'm still playing the game. I'm still enjoying it. I take breaks. I can't grind it every single day. But always I enjoy this game. I have massive respect for DE. And I think you're going to see maybe what is the biggest year ever for Warframe coming up. So don't miss out on what could be a great chance. It's free. There really is no downside to any of this. So that's my last year with Warframe. I would love to hear your experience, your background, your history with the game. Did any of the things I said resonate with you? Did you start the game and then immediately put it down just because you're like, what is this? It just feels so jumbled and funky. Or have you been grinding since the early days? Are you like a 4 or 5 year veteran who's seen the darkness that was old Warframe? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs the video up, and we'll be back again very soon.